Davidson, am I right?
And some diapers.
That's your type.
Did you guys see the picture someone had posted yesterday, or this morning, or I think it was on the first?
Where she's in a bathing suit.
It was like first coffee of the first morning of the new year, and she's sitting on her pool, like by some mountainside, with a super plunging cleavage shot in her bathing suit. It was tremendous.
I'm looking it up as we speak.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, how is that 55? Like
Money.
No. You said she was drinking coffee?
It's on her IG.
I don't think she would let me on her IG. Look, somebody Hyatt drinking coffee. That's like, dang. If she wasn't married, I'll fornicate with that, bro. If she wasn't married.
Welcome to this one last podcast, guys.
Indeed.
So I was just expounding on my little theory that the food is at an all-time high, that the media is at an women too, bro.
Of the food is too damn high.
All right, it's time, guys. Let's bring it back. This one last branded porridge.
Bro, listen. I was listening to some dudes talking
Please,
jail.
sir, I'd like some more. What? More?
I was listening to these dudes. They were talking jail and how they would upgrade their food to make it better. These dudes was doing some things with them little Slim Jims and some. They was making meat, bruh. Them boys are balling. I said even in the jail they were eating good.
Try hard enough and put in the work. You too can.
But a lot of these women, man, they looking good longer, bruh.
I mean, it's multiple industries.
That's what I'm saying. Just black don't crack no more. At this point, it's just fine don't crack.
Brown no frown.
It's just fine don't crack.
White's eye.
What's that? Yellow don't mellow. White. Well, there's no consistency there.
You know what's crazy?
Some white cracks very much.
I hardly ever see Asian people unless I go like to the restaurant, Chinese restaurant or Asian person restaurant. Like, like I'm all over the place.
Well, I mean, okay, this town in particular is heavily white.
It's true.
There is an Asian community. It just depends where you go. Like when I worked over by the Strand, like very large Asian community. Like numerous variety there. And you know, I go to another store and I see nothing.
A lot of my store.
Yeah. I think it's just where you are. I mean, it's just, it's like a lot of. I mean, you know, it's like a lot of minorities. Like if you're going to a majority white city or majority, cracker city, you tend to.
Honky Town.
Well,
and a lot of times,
You take me to Honky Town.
and I mean, few people move to a city by themselves. It's gonna be with family or friends or people they know, or because their person's there, so you're gonna try to go near them, buy them, or hang out with them a lot. So,
but
again,
I would say that specifically, and maybe it might be not proper to say, but for Asians in particular, at least in this town, you see a lot of businesses. You see a nail salon next to a Chinese takeout, next to a laundromat or something like that. And it's not to say that is like specifically a thing, it just happens to be. But I was talking about in my store, we got Fuji, you got Tai Tai Sushi Boat, you got the Chinese takeout place across from us, and like there's like 4 or 5 Asian businesses right in the one of them constantly comes to the store every month and orders 16 cases of Pillsbury buttermilk biscuits because they use them in one of their desserts.
Is it a sugar biscuits?
No, it's the regular biscuits, but I thought it was the Chinese donuts, but I think it's Fuji, and I think they do like a condensed milk and fruit like biscuit thing.
I know Diana's favorite thing from the Chinese restaurant is the sugar biscuits. Just a biscuit with a bunch of sugar
Yeah.
on it.
Chinese donut.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah, it's a regular ass biscuit with a shit
Sugar.
ton of sugar
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, she loved
It's
that.
delicious. I love them too.
And I can't even watch it. I can't even eat none. I have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
She be like, I'm eating diabetes. I say, you bastard.
Describe it.
Catch up.
No, but I think, Ryan, your story is like centralized. The
is.
most centralized place in Naples.
Yeah. Yeah. It is the melting pot.
Oh no, I just like someone asked me, was I into Asian women? I'm like, I don't know. I don't see them to know. Cause when it comes down to women, I'm pescatarian. It's all about the connection.
Pescatarian? You eat a lot of fish? Nice. Oh.
See how I did that from the earlier conversation? Where the mic at?
We're using laptop.
Pansexual.
Oh, what is it called? Pansexual?
Pansexual.
Okay.
Pan meaning all.
I mean, I'm currently
I'm
handsexual.
probably the biggest pansexual around right
I'm
now.
not right now.
Let's not brag delicious.
Bro, that was a low blow, bro. Low blow. I'm not pansexual. When Ryan told me about his girlfriend, I said, you know what, bro? You got to represent for us three now. It's on you. Take my dick energy.
Save it for the OnlyFans.
Hey, listen.
People of Earth.
Ryan,
Lend me your big dick energy.
she be running down. She be running. He texts me, bro, I need it. I hit up Paul, hey, bro, we got to do it.
Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower.
Man, we need to be on camera for this joke.
As you're beating it over there in the corner.
Feverishly.
I've never seen you be so aggressive before.
I like Hannah.
Hannah. Yes. Hannah Montana.
And you're the Jesus one.
You should see when Nubila come around.
Jesus. When what?
When Nubila come around,
What's a nubula?
we make it work.
What, are you just matching it?
But I remember the first time. Okay, I'm not supposed to do this, but I remember the first time when a female added the nub into the sexual experience.
Yep.
Bruh, she got it that night. But I ain't realize she was playing with the little thing. Bruh, I ain't even know it was gonna be feeling like that.
Oh, I thought she shoved it in.
She might have ran it close. That felt weird, but when she was playing with it though, then. Let me stop, man. I'm going too far, bro.
You have to get up.
I'm just saying, enhanced sex experience.
Well, this has been very freeform.
And then, like I don't know how long later, because it was like the first time I had that experience. And then I was in line at a it used to be mobile when there was like a bunch of mobiles everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was in line paying for gas.
And let all that shit out.
And this old white lady was just grabbing my nub and she was playing with me. I feel like I looked back. I thought it was her, the chick. I looked back, and it was the old white. I was like, lady, you don't know what you're doing. That felt you don't play with a nut like that. I'm gonna give that lady everything.
When was this?
It was around the time that the mobiles was everywhere.
I don't know what that means, dude.
I don't know, bro. It was like that time long ago.
Early 2010s or early 2000s, 2010s.
It was between 2007 and 2010.
Yeah, see, man, white people are feeling too confident. That was right when Obama got elected. They were feeling.
Yes, we can.
They were just grabbing black women's hair everywhere, man. It was a terrible time. I felt bad for the culture.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
White women just touching black women hair. That used to be a legit thing.
Black woman's hair.
No, but I'm saying that was a legit thing happening.
Really?
Yeah.
So speaking of first sexual experiences, Betty White
There
passed
it is.
away.
Oh, bro. First of all,
how are they gonna do a dirty like that? Was it 10 days away?
8?
8 days away from.
No, I'm sorry. 18 days.
2021.
Yeah, that day, Us Weekly and People both put out special editions commemorating her 100th birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
The day she died.
Wow.
It's insane.
2021, you son of a bitch.
But here's positive. I realized it after the fact. Thank God it was on the 31st. Imagine starting 2021.
That's what I'm saying.
Betty White dying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm still waiting. I'm holding my breath. Last year we made day 6 before something terrible happening. Come on, 7 days. Come on, 7 days.
We already had AB. We already had AB.
That's just a Tuesday.
No, but first of all, Betty White was a fox back in the day.
She sure was.
A fox, and she was an ally.
And she was funny.
Very funny. Even in her old age, she might have got funny.
She was involved in a bunch of cult favorite shows.
You gotta go to my Facebook to see this, but
I ain't got your shit.
there was honoring Morgan Freeman, and Betty White was doing an honoring, and she was like, "I was in this Broadway show," and no, she was like, "I was in this performance show," and Morgan Freeman was in the Broadway show, and she said, "I went out for the part, but for some reason the cast was all black," and she said, "I could have played the lead role." And then she said, "Watch." And then she did the whole spiel. And it was just perfect, bro. It was hilarious. It was funny and everything. And I was like, yeah, I could see her. She could have been the only white woman in the all black show.
I mean, she's been in the industry for, 60 years?
Oh, man.
I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about her. Everybody said nothing but good things to say about her.
Yeah.
Like, even back in the day.
Yeah. Well, she had a chance to have her own show. And this was in lesser good times amongst our people, and she had a black tap dancer and everything that was a part of the show, and they tried to get her to not let him be a part of the show. So she shot the pilot episode with him a part of the show, and the show didn't get picked up. But she was that adamant about having him in the show, so that was a good thing.
We're gonna miss you, but going to a better place, hopefully.
Well, I was having a conversation with your mom, and I was like,
How about?
I don't want that.
That was not a joke, by the way.
I don't want that negativity of living 99 years, 100 years. That's negativity, bro.
I don't know about negativity. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, it's incredible that she at least, at the very least, and again, obviously none of us know her, that she appears as well balanced and cognizant as she does. I mean, you think of how many people you see in their 80s, 70s, 60s.
His was worse than mine.
Hell, all these douchebag red hats in their 40s who ain't all there, and she's living at 99, and she's still working, she still talks, she's still engaging, she's still doing stuff. You know, she was fairly recently was doing stuff with Ryan Reynolds and doing other special occasions, and still funny, still engaging and is still aware of herself. Yeah. And again, like you said, an ally. I've heard no negative stories about her. And again, she was there for all that. She was old in the 80s. So that means she would have been her physical prime, her woman sexy prime in the 60s, 40s, 50s.
Well, she was born in 21? I mean, 1921.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, she would have
1922.
22, yeah, 22. So again, she was there for all of that.
Yeah. And
the fact that she is as well adjusted as she is.
I mean, she would have been 20s in the 40s too. In the 40s. Mm-hmm. That was some real strong.
That was.
she would have been a teenager in the 30s. Just saying.
She was there for that Beanie Baby raid racism. That shit was just was skyrocketing.
She was hot. Mm-hmm.
Although she liked white girls.
She could, in fact, do.
No, I said I can't like white girls. There's a difference.
What can't you do?
I would get counseled by the black women in my community because my mama black. Let's not talk about it, because I don't want to get canceled, Paul. They do this every time, bro. They're going to be mad at me.
Your mama would want you to be happy.
If you're a strong black man, you're not afraid to get canceled.
You ever been canceled by black women?
Shit, I wish...
Just wait. It's coming.
No, I haven't.
Just wait. It's coming. You going to see. You going to learn.
Like me.
I ain't say cancel, but you gonna get the black woman energy. If you ain't already got it. You going to feel the black woman wrath. So, Ryan, when a black woman do this, what does this mean? Ryan's dating a black woman.
It's true.
And I absolutely love it.
And I love it? Yeah!
D is very proud of me.
I'm very proud of him. I am a little disappointed that he didn't tell her he had a best friend with black. I'm disappointed in that.
He didn't need to.
I told her, like, this is my friend. I told her that you might know him because you said you know her.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And
Did she remember me?
She did.
Okay.
So.
Did she remember being mean to me?
Maybe. Yeah.
She was super mean to me.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. The joke I meant to say was, D, I keep telling you I'm not black.
You know what? It'd be messed up if Paul ended up with a black woman, I ended up with a white woman. Not bad. Fresh choice worse. Bad choice worse. It'd be crazy if y'all two end up with a black woman, and I end up with a white woman. That'd be crazy.
It is what it is, man. Like, just love who you love.
When I say crazy, I don't mean in a bad way. I mean like that'd be like awesome. Better word is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta be careful, man, because I mean, if left to your own devices, you are in the white girl culture.
I really am.
You're a big fan of Friends.
Even bigger fan of This Is Us, that which
Friends,
comes out tonight for the first episode of the last season.
Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Chick-fil-A.
Listen, I got a $50 gift card to Starbucks. I forgot I had it. Went to Starbucks today and paid in cash. After I left, I said, "Dang it, man! I got the what they call it."
D, you're you have the personality of a conservative white woman with some thick hips. I'd be more inclined to think you're going to end up with a black man.
Hey, sir, you're not supposed to be over there. Can you show me your ID to be here?
Love at first sight. Are you going to move to a small town where where you're have a small business that is involved in a lot of Christmas activities and like a very busy business-minded black man's going to move in and you're going to change start?
So check this out.
It's going to be a Hallmark special. You love Hallmark specials.
Oh, they're good. Yeah, amazing. But at my job, the president of the HOA, the Homeless Association, I sent her Merry Christmas, thank you for all you do, and I sent her a picture of me and the kids on our the same one I sent to y'all. And she said, "Cool, can I put this on the internet on the the Facebook?"
Respectful of her to ask.
Yeah. I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. That's fine." All last 2 weeks, white women, "Oh, your family is just so awesome." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, you're just so kind for saying those words." So we've been having like our white girl energy. I've been getting my white girl energy on lately.
They want to give you the white girl energy.
Probably so. Most likely, I'm the safe one. They are This is my theory. A lot of white women want to try the black, but they want to try the safe one, and I'm the safe one.
They want to take dip,
and I'm the safe one.
They want to.
You're even wearing a polo shirt.
Thank
you are very much so.
And my pants, and my pants doesn't go past my knees.
Mm-hmm.
And my shorts don't go past my knees.
He is wearing sandals. He doesn't have socks though. You're showing a little bit too much like
D,
that.
I will find
you filthy whore, you.
I will find Uggs in your size.
And that was yesterday dinner. I forgot. And I had mayonnaise for dinner. In my dinner.
Was it spicy?
In my...
Yeah, mayonnaise for dinner?
Kind of. I had a burger.
Mayonnaise
I had a burger and had mayonnaise on it.
I like mayonnaise as the next person. But, like, I don't know.
Is there really a spicy mayonnaise?
You can make it spicy. You make sriracha mayonnaise, but it's never very good. Like, mayonnaise is usually more for like a texture thing. Like something that's really dry, you want to add some like moisture to it, like fucking tuna or like dry chicken breast or something like that. That's like tuna. Shredded.
Moist mayonnaise.
Sometimes it's good on a hamburger if it's like a really well cooked hamburger. But I don't like well cooked hamburgers. I like, rare hamburgers.
I kind of got to go well cooked. Well done. Now, my favorite way to do mayonnaise is to ketchup and mayonnaise together and mix them up with that fry. Oh my Jesus!
Oh, you pink sauce?
Whew, that thing fire.
Kraft has tried to rebrand it as Mayo Chup.
Yeah, but even the Kraft, they don't do it right. It's like something off with the
they're too afraid to call it pink sauce. Bunch of pussies.
It's probably copywritten by Goya.
Goya's too lazy to copyright anything.
Kind of like how the sweet tea and pink lemonade. The sweet tea and pink lemonade is called Arnold Palmer. When we was doing that years. We had been doing that for years. I'm talking. My mama was doing that.
Say pink lemonade. Regular lemonade.
Huh?
Arnold Palmer is a half tea, half lemonade.
Really? It's not pink lemonade?
Not pink lemonade.
So the original way you're supposed to do that is with pink lemonade and tea.
Alright.
That's the original way. They taste so good.
You do you. Proud of you.
But we have been doing that for years. I'm talking about like my mama and them was doing that.
My mama's mama.
They were
Baby's mama, Bahama's mama.
Cause all pink lemonade is strawberry and lemonade together. And then you mix that with tea.
There are pink lemons.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, there is pink lemons.
There is pink
My
lemons.
auntie had a pink lemon tree.
Yep.
And they didn't grow that well, though. They didn't grow well.
I think they require copious amounts of water, but
I don't remember. I remember she only get like 4 or 5 on a tree.
Really? How big is a tree?
About the size of one of these individuals.
It was a little tree. It wasn't a big tree.
It was.
You brought it back, folks.
Nobody asked for it, but we brought it back. Plan.
Can I say something? I feel like a guest.
Thank you.
Because it's usually 2 dudes in the dark.
I'm not saying it.
I was hoping you would.
I mean, he can say it because he has a full pass.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Listen, bro, you getting wet right now.
She was fucking with me the other day. She's like, come here, my favorite. I was like, maybe you're my favorite person. So it was like, come here, my favorite. I was like, what I want to say is, I'm sorry for what my ancestors may have done to your people.
I'm not going to say that.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say that.
It wasn't in the middle, but
I'm saying, but try that. See what happens.
It's like, listen, I'm not going to say that, but I will eat your pussy.
Yes.
I'll say it into your pussy. How about that?
What was that?
So I'm just going to come out with it. So you guys usually do 2 dudes in the dark. Tonight is 2 dudes and a dark.
Bring it back, guys. Bring it back.
I'm going to get killed by black women again.
They're not listening to this.
That's true.
We don't listen to this.
Listen, if you that one fine black woman, this I'll be playing. This ain't.
No, honey, I don't want nothing that won't last.
This one, you said my D? The lace is in there? You mean D? That's another D.
They just pass it up because it won't last.
Yeah.
Every expectation is it's gotta last.
It gotta last.
It's gotta last. In the bedroom, in life, with the kids, with yeah.
Have you guys been having as much fun as I am just strolling through the comment threads on Twitter? People arguing about No Way Home's For Your Consideration for Best Picture.
I have not seen
that shit is... Yeah, they officially kicked off their For Your Consideration campaign to get to push for No Way Home for Best Picture at the Academy Awards this year. And I gotta find it because, like, the even the push for it, it's not very compelling. I think one of the words I think it says is very emotional at times. Like,
it's 3 of them.
Like,
I've got 3 reasons you should do it.
Yeah. So it is very odd. This is like the one they're pushing finally for a picture of the for a picture of the year.
I feel like they probably figured this is their best shot.
Fuck yeah, I mean, why not?
Like,
But yeah, it's like everybody the threads are going crazy. I remember like one dude in particular was like, if No Way Home gets nominated and Licorice Pizza doesn't, I'm gonna go full Joker. And I so badly wanted to comment, you're gonna make a nonsensical movie that a third of the country is gonna hate.
So he said, what movie should go?
What?
Licorice Pizza.
What's that?
Some indie film, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Nobody watched it.
To be honest with you,
Ain't that like all Oscar
if
movies?
I had to sit there and be like, okay, what is a Best Picture movie considering all the things that have gone on, and like if I had to include a fucking comic book movie in it, I would pick fucking Suicide Squad before I picked No Way Home. Like, I love No Way Home. But Suicide Squad was a better fucking movie. Like, it had better character development and things happened. No Way Home was great for us.
Mm-hmm.
For the people who are fans of this series and this series of movies and the Marvel Comics. And the idea of, like, 20 years ago, they started making... they made a Spider-Man movie, which, by all accounts, should not have worked. And by all accounts, fucking nailed it and worked great. And created something that opened a portal for everything else that has come since.
Portal.
You know?
I get it.
And them paying homage to that while also doing a great job of ushering forward everything that is coming in the future. And all the things that you can see where it's like, you guys, you nerds, you fucking people who love this robust, interesting cavalcade of characters that exist in the Marvel pantheon, you're gonna get your wish and see all these things come to life. Because that's ultimately what this is shown, is like the multiverse is real. We can see the movies that happen. They can interact with this and all the other things that you want to see happen. All the characters you want to see eventually meet each other. It's going to happen. Just take time. Like, that's great. I love it. But
So
it's very specific to us.
So the 2 quotes they used for their they made 2 posters. The second poster has 2 quotes on it. This one quote is on both posters. The filmmakers put their faith in character, not fireworks. The second quote, less compelling. Now again, this is for Spider-Man No Way Home, for your consideration, for in all categories, including Best Picture.
Okay.
This movie's a total blast, but it's also surprisingly emotional at times too.
Yeah.
That's not a very strong endorsement for Best Picture. That's not a bad review of it, but it's not a very strong review of it.
But it's spot on. It's strong
It's
too, but it's
accurate.
spot
Listen,
on.
bro, if you're selling shit, you're not telling the truth. If you're trying to sell it, you oversell it.
I think if they're gonna push any kind of Oscar buzz, it should be for the performance of William
Garfield.
Wonderful. I ain't Garfield. Garfield did his thing. Garfield did his thing.
Garfield did the same. The thing is
When
like,
he caught her and started crying, that was amazing.
even just him
Get it?
just fucking enjoying himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I read
Listen,
the article.
I could very easily see a support for both Garfield and Defoe. Swear to God, DeLacy. It's not even hard to turn your volume down.
It usually don't
Defoe
have
and
that.
Garfield for Best Supporting Actor. Best Supporting.
Just the one fucking facial expression that Defoe has.
No.
Plus, again, like there's
that.
they could nominate up to 10 movies for Best Picture. So fuck it, why not?
Yep.
Bro, when he was talking to Aunt May, I don't know where. And his
Listen,
face.
I'm going to be honest.
I was scared, bro. I thought he was really in trouble.
Yep.
Here's the thing, I will say, I hate Tom Holland crying. He is not a good crier.
I don't think anybody ever said anything about Tom Holland having anything to do with the Oscar.
But that's the problem. He's kind of the linchpin of the whole thing.
I'll be honest, bro. He was the one that did not bring it out of everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody else brung it.
Yep.
He didn't bring it.
Zendaya brought it.
Zanaya brung it. She brung it, bro. when she started crying, she's like, I don't know. I don't want to forget you. No. Like, that, bro, I felt that, bro. And then my boy Ned.
Because the girl crying behind us?
That too. Yeah. But my boy Ned brought it. Ned say,
Thank you, Mr. Cage.
No. He said, when he was telling the story about his best friend, he said, just know I would never turn into an evil. That was like his facial expression.
Yeah, Jacob.
And then he got happy. He like,
Jacob Batalon. He's been bringing it since day one.
Yeah,
yeah.
And even
as the guy in the chair, man, he's killing it. Even as the guy in the chair, he's delivering a stand-up performance.
That's true.
Bum.
Even Nan bring it.
Yeah.
Even Nan, I'm going to bed. Just Tom Holland.
There's some good parts where he is in there. Like, I really like that moment where his spider sense is going off. You get a feeling of unease. You see him, like, kind of just walking around like something's wrong. Like,
I think his best performance in that movie was on the bridge when he was trying to get the lady to accept his friends and all that. That was a good performance.
I don't know about the performance. I think his performance is fine. I think the dialogue was kind of dumb. With him being like, don't be dumb like me, but just MIT is dumb. Well, no, it's trending far too hard towards like this idea of him being quirky,
but
as opposed to just awkward.
I'm around teenagers, and that's how they are.
Is it?
That's how they are. They say stupid stuff that they don't mean to say.
Break out the fucking floss.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it?
Does anybody care about Morbius? All right, moving on.
I seen a Facebook poll that asked what was the movie.
Usually you have to look on OnlyFans for polls.
It says, what was the movie you most enthusiastic for? At least for it was Doctor Strange, it was Thor, it was Morbius, it was the Spider-Man Into the Universe, and Doctor Strange won 59%. Thor had like 30-some%. Morbius had maybe like 5%.
Yeah, that's certainly my bottom list. I just don't see it really mattering all that much. Like, it would have been great if that was like some. The only time that Morbius seemed like an interesting idea was when it was supposed to happen at the end of Blade, first Blade.
Yeah.
God.
I think there's the problem of it. It's the problem is now that this movie would have been fine 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're in a world where superhero movies, action films have to be part of a bigger universe, and knowing that it's basically just by itself.
Yep.
Is it by itself? I thought it was part of the whole Sony universe.
Yes, but
allegedly,
really, but no, they're not going to show up.
It's going to be shoehorned.
And again, like Morbius is just Morbius is a character that requires its own film. It would be a great. He would be a good hurdle for Spider-Man to address in a film. Because he's not really a villain, but he has that awkward. He has his stages where he can be a problem because of his hunger.
Yeah.
But he is not a villain, but he's also, again, like, he doesn't really fight anybody besides Blade and Dracula. So having him on a standalone film, you're just having him run around. I don't know what the point is.
Dracula's a big fucking nerd. He owes me money.
So I was looking at a video of Jared. He was promoting a movie on something, and he was saying
the kitty porn guy.
Jared, the lead actor.
Oh.
And he was saying that like this movie is leading to a cynical six. What is it called?
Well, they really want that, but again, he's not a villain.
But you can't like, this one thing I'm learning, and I don't know much about the comic book, but these shows don't be like, they don't be sticking to the comic books with that.
What
stuff.
they've shown us, he's not a villain.
I mean, but have they shown us he's not a villain?
Yes.
We haven't seen the movie yet. We don't know. We don't know what it's going to be. We just seen a couple things that he found, what you call it, but we haven't seen if he's going to be a villain or not, or if something's going to happen at the end of the movie that turns him to a villain or not.
Well, again,
will he use control to the bloodlust or whatever it's called? We don't know.
But here's the thing. So if you make him a villain, then all it really is just another vampire. Like the whole point of him being a hero is kind of his whole point. Because again, also too, the fact that he's a vampire made through science.
But we don't know what vampires are right now.
I'm just saying that's kind of his whole point. So if you just make him a vampire who's a villain, then he's just a vampire. There's nothing special about him.
But we don't know what vampires are. There's no vampires in that universe. In the movie universe of Sony, there's no vampires yet.
Right, but also what I'm saying is, yes, while technically there are no vampires that they've shown, one, they've alluded to them because they mentioned them in Thor Ragnarok.
No, I
and
that.
Two...
Wait, Thor Ragnarok it's not a part of Sony universe, is it?
Well, again, they've confirmed hardcore that essentially... Okay, if we're going on a broad state, the first MCU film now in this universe, in this multiverse, is Spider-Man 2001. It's all connected now. Everything's fucking connected. So,
but I thought,
it's all connected.
So, from my understanding is, when they send them back, that closed that up.
Well, no, they still exist. They still have the memories.
Yeah.
To my knowledge.
But, at the same time, what I'm hearing now is, this is what I'm hearing. I don't know how much, but it feels like this is where they're going. I'm hearing now that they want to bring the Amazing Spider-Man back and be the Spider-Man in their universe, in the Sony universe. And they setting up a new roster of Sinister Six.
Well, yeah, because Sony needs more movies to make.
So when they did the whole Venom thing and they just left a piece of Venom, that was saying that was going to be the Venom of the MCU.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that Black and Silver movie.
So from my understanding, I may be wrong, but from my understanding, Morbius is a new Sinister Six character.
Don't get me wrong. Sony could do that. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. They've made lots of mistakes. I don't think it's a good idea. Again, I think how the character. Yes, as you said, they could change the character in a ton of ways, like they have a bunch of other characters. But
talking about Sony now. What are you talking about?
I understand that, but also for a lot of these films, they are getting Kevin Feige involved.
The Vulture is going to be in this.
Yeah, the Vulture. He's
listen. I'll be honest with you, this is a really fucking weird. This is a weird relationship right now between the Spider-Man, the SCU, and the MCU.
Essentially, what they did to me, from my understanding, I could be wrong. They took Spider-Man out of that universe, out of the Sony universe, and just made him a part of the Marvel universe. They took all the characters pretty much out of that universe as well, out of Sony universe, out of MCU universe. So we may not get another movie with Ned and in it.
No, what they did was they established each of those universes as their own universe that could potentially interact with the other universes.
Well, they saying that the what's Birdman, the Vulture, he's one a part of the new roster with Jared Leto, whatever his name is.
I mean, I'm down for more Mark Keaton again. It's fine.
I think it's a good idea. I think building it off the Amazing Spider-Man in the Sony universe is a genius idea. Now Spider-Man ain't got to be a kid; he can be Spider-Man. He can be a grown-up Peter Parker.
Especially now they fixed it. Especially now they've actually fixed a few of the characters. Yeah, I'm fine for that.
So that's why I want to see Morbius. I want to see where they go with it.
Oh, they very easily could, because again, even if you do that, you wouldn't need to do. You could do new characters or do characters they've done in the MCU or a previous movie, but different versions, and it's still understandable that it's his universe is different characters. And I believe me. Listen, they want more movies in the Spider-Man cinematic universe. But you can't make 6 movies about random ass characters in the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. If you can make you can make 3 Spider-Man movies with different Spider-Man, you can just keep making more movies off of those movies. Yeah, print money.
But technically, they got three of the Sinister Six already.
I don't care. They can just make them. They can just say they're there. They could honestly. It would not be anything off their back to just say when Garfield.
They got 4.
They can again too, because when Garfield goes back. When Garfield goes back,
what was the 5th? The Lizard.
All those characters that were in No Way Home were traditional members of the Sinister Six,
But
in some way.
I think they're still going to have their own Goblin.
The only one that's fairly new is Venom, and he was allegedly the 6th member.
So this is what I'm saying, the 5. It's Jamie Foxx, Electro, possibly the Lizard, but then they cured him. But they cured Jamie Foxx too. Mm-hmm. So we can take those 2 back out.
They cured everyone.
So it's just Venom, Morbius, and the Birdman, Vulture. So that's 3 right there.
You just need 3 more.
And you can introduce another one in each movie.
Again, if they're going to do Garfield, it would not be hard at all. Because again, too, realize we've had 6 or 7 years now where he's been Spider-Man that we haven't seen. So he very well could have other characters already established in his timeline that we have not seen.
Yeah.
2, it wouldn't be impossible that Doctor Strange fucked up and messed up his timeline. Yeah. And either put him further up or further back. So now he has new villains he's not aware of. Mm-hmm. Or again, there are maybe villains that popped up, and when Electro is no longer around, somebody else decided, you know what, I'm gonna be the new Electro.
What about Kraven the Hunter? Was he a part of the Sinister Six?
In some iterations, I believe so.
So they can bring, because they already doing a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Yeah, that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's 4 right there.
So it's not really a question of can they do Sinister Six? Do they have enough? If they want to do it, they'll do it.
Yeah.
But even if they have to make a all new, all different Sinister Six, they'll do it.
I think you do Spider-Man 3, the Amazing Spider-Man 3, set up Sinister Six, and then do the Sinister Six movie after that one.
I think it's a bit redundant to do Sinister Six after they did No Way Home.
Well, they want to do a different roster of Sinister Six. Because technically that wasn't Sinister Six.
It was, though. Like, I mean, yes, because there were only 5 of them, but it's 5 of the most common characters from the Sinister Six.
But throughout the movie, they wasn't really evil. It was just at the end.
Listen, they very well could. Cool. Honestly, I'd be more excited about them just expanding their usage of the Marvel characters. So again, that's fine. Give me Garfield. Keep expanding the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Give me other stuff. Hell, give me I don't know. Work on some deal with either Disney or another streaming service, and do a Tobey Maguire like limited series.
I don't think Tobey want to be Spider-Man no more.
I don't think he does either. But if you can do Last Stand with Tobey Maguire,
do some voiceover work.
Maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, we ain't got to have him that much. And again, he ain't working.
I say. So, but here's the deal. Do y'all agree that they look like they're going to let Tom Holland Spider-Man be MCU only?
Only no. I think moving forward, they're going to abuse the fuck out of the multiverse. They're going to find excuses.
But you know what I mean more or less, though. Like what I mean by that is
in that universe, and
that's his main universe.
Well, because either way, they don't care because every Spider-Man movie is a Sony movie.
Yeah. It's
Sony in conjunction with Marvel Studios.
So if he be a part of the Avengers, they still gonna get paid.
Yeah,
do no work.
Every time Spider-Man shows up, they're getting paid.
And do no work. That's crazy.
No, they still have to provide the actor and everything like that. Like,
well, yeah.
So they split his fee, but again, Tom Holland still isn't requiring a massive salary.
Nah.
Despite him being in 3 of the highest grossing films of all time.
Have you seen the rest of his work?
First of all,
not good.
First of all, this is $1 billion movie.
That really doesn't hold that much weight anymore, D.
It does. I think it still holds that much weight because, movies ain't just making comic book movies. A part of Marvel that holds a lot of weight, but not a lot of movies outside of Marvel is making $1 billion.
I was counting this one as part of the 3 highest grossing films of all time.
No. What I'm saying is, it's mostly comic book movies. Like regular movies ain't doing $1 billion. When regular movies start doing $1 billion, that's when I'm saying, okay, yeah.
Franchise movies are doing $1 billion.
Yeah, it's been like that for a long time.
Star Wars,
Well, you talking about multiple movies? I'm talking about individual movies.
No, I'm not talking about multiple movies. I'm talking about movies that are tied to multiple movie franchises.
Yeah, if you pull up the top 10 highest grossing films of all time,
they're franchises.
And again, not adjusted for inflation.
Okay, but
Fast and Furious.
But what I'm talking about
Harry
is
Potter.
No.
Star Wars.
So what I'm talking about is like how fast they're making $1 billion. You get what I'm saying?
I reiterate.
Yeah. So that's more or less what I'm talking about. Like I don't think the Fast and Furious last movie even made $1 billion yet.
There's a reason for that.
I'm just saying. I don't care for the reason. Now I'm just saying they're not.
But the one before.
But what I'm saying is, Spider-Man 3 in a short amount of time made $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna hit $2 billion.
Probably.
It can hit $2 billion. That's enough right there.
That's the reason why they pushed back Morbius.
That's enough right there to say, okay, all of his whatever he do for the next 5 movies is paid for. Whether the movies do good or not, it's paid for because this movie makes so much money.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm referring to that right there.
Sure, but Sony always overreacts. But what I'm saying, either way, Tom Holland isn't requiring a massive paycheck. So all the money's being invested in the guest actor for the villain and special effects.
Didn't the latest Mission Impossible movie make $1 billion?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Maybe?
It's
I feel like it should have.
It's franchises more than it is comic movie specific, but comic book movies lend themselves to franchises.
Well, when I meant comic book movie, I mean like how fast they're making these $1 billion.
Well, yeah, because nobody wants to be... Because, again, usually it's like some big reveal in there. Like, Marvel especially loves to have those big reveals. So, like, nobody wants to, like, go to school on Monday and be left out of the loop. So everybody has to go opening weekend.
You know what's really exciting about
Did
Doctor
Chang Ching make $1 billion?
Huh?
Chang. Did they make $1 billion?
Billion? No.
I really want that movie to make $1 billion.
This is the only billion dollar movie of the year.
I think I want that movie to make $1 billion for the Asians.
Listen. It's even more impressive that Spider-Man did what it did, considering we're in the middle of like one of the worst health crises we've dealt in over 100 years. Yeah. Where again, countries are still on lockdown, and this movie made $1 billion in like 11 days or 16 days. It's insane how much people didn't give a fuck to go see it because they want to see this movie.
Yeah.
But to be fair, though, there is a lot less lockdowns in America than there was when other movie releases, so it kind of makes sense.
But most of the money came from overseas.
Well, this movie, Spider-Man is probably one of the biggest characters in Marvel.
He is, but again, like this is making more than all the other Spider-Man movies too. During a pandemic, again. So it's only I'm saying I'm emphasizing is the timing. Mm-hmm. I think this movie made.
I agree with you.
And again, I'm actually curious because I wish we could do like a multiverse look at this because I'm curious if the pandemic helped it or held it back from making even more. Because I feel like it being not.
It might have made $2 billion.
Well, maybe, but to realize also it's been a very weak year for movies as far as like big box office movies. Like some good movies, some fun movies, but like. Especially for Marvel, a weak year for movies for Marvel.
Now I got a question. Will you think this movie would have made $1 billion if it wasn't for the other 2 Spider-Mans being in it?
It probably would have.
You think so?
It came out during Christmas. There's nothing else to watch. It's really, again, like you said, America's kind of YOLO. Like, they don't give a fuck about the pandemic anymore. They're just going to see movies. It would have made $1 billion. It wouldn't have made it that quickly. Like word of mouth travels fast, and get everybody knowing they're going to be in there. Yeah, that's why That's why I had it's why I had record numbers for pre-sales.
I think just knowing that it was 3 Spider-Mans, and then it was like a version of maybe the Sinister Six. I think that helped out a lot.
And I do not think
the first thing that they showed though.
Before they show anything, they let you know that it was Jamie Foxx who had signed on to like. Well, so I mean,
that's what leaked on social media. What's the first thing that they showed?
I don't know. Yeah.
So
that's what they were leading with.
Now, like I said, and that in and of itself, I'll put money down right now. The next Spider-Man movie will not make as much as this movie.
Oh no, not even.
So, again, this was an event. This was again, we like we mentioned in our episode. This is the Endgame level for Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Avengers level threat.
This is everything. Everybody's in one movie. Like again, like outside of actually bringing back the previous Aunt May's, everybody's here.
They've been great. Rosemary Harris is dead, isn't she?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Man, the next movie got to be named. Next movie got to be named Home Alone. It's got to be Home Alone, bro.
No, change the naming.
Yeah, I agree.
Home Alone. Do you want us to give gay people a credit line? Yeah, absolutely crazy. For your consideration, that's amazing. Like that they're just like throwing that out there. Like, hey, look, give us an Oscar.
Yeah.
You know what else is crazy?
But the Oscar also know that if they let a comic book movie in to win Oscars, it's over.
It's wild.
It's over.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna happen.
That's all they're gonna be is comic book movies. That is absolutely like wild. You know what else is really wild? U.S. has seen over 1 million new COVID cases in a day. Almost double the previous one-day record, 590,000. Also set just 4 days earlier. New cases of 1,045,968, an average of 494,660. States have been reporting 44 out of 50. In hospital, 104,000, so 10%.
What's the death toll now?
Overall?
I mean, like the what is daily?
So new deaths is 1,909. So if you were just like considering the new cases compared to the new deaths, which are unrelated numbers, but I guess could hypothetically have some bearing on one another. So, was it 1.9%? Maybe a little less. But 1,045,000, 1,909. I mean,
so I think I'm like a lot of Americans. I think, and this is the thing that's gonna really be dangerous. And I admit that I'm a part of the danger. I got to the point where I don't care no more
about COVID at all, or like?
Well, I'm telling about my personal being in COVID. Like, the only thing I can hope to do is keep myself, you know, whether it be eat the healthiest things and everything, and then trust that I'm young enough to fight it off like I did the first two, because I had the first two COVIDs. Now, the first COVID, it was alright. It did its thing. The second one, that thing had me, but that thing was real. I haven't had the third one.
Was it for the first wave?
I got sick with the first wave. I didn't go and get tested that time. You couldn't get tested that time.
So you're just assuming that you had it?
Pretty much. I because it felt like the second one felt like I did with the first one, but to another level. You feel what I'm saying?
HNL.
What does that mean?
Oh, no, level.
Whole nother.
Well, I mean, you're not doing it in a very scientific manner. You're assuming that you had COVID in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you're comparing it to a situation where you know that you had COVID, but you're saying the first one was not as bad, but the second one was really bad. So like they must have been the same thing. So no, I think you're not really doing a scientific method to figure out exactly.
I never said it was. But what I'm saying is just because when I got sick the first time, it was at the beginning of COVID. Okay. Around that time, people was getting sick crazy. Now it wasn't a lot of testing, but it was a sickness that I never had before. Like I've been sick before, common cold, and so it was like, and it was also in the spring. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I don't get sick in the spring. So I can only deduce that if I do a process of elimination, this had to be it. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's not how process of elimination works. You need to actually like eliminate other things that it could be.
I eliminated that it wouldn't be a common cold because usually I don't get common cold in spring. I don't really get it's when it's hot outside I really don't get sick. And then seeing the fact that COVID was around, that's most likely what it was. I'm not saying 100% that's what it was. That's what I feel it was.
Not a very scientific way to look at it.
I ain't trying to look at it scientific.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So, but getting back to my original point, I felt like I had the first two, and I fought those off. And like I said, I'm becoming like all the other Americans. Like at some point, it's here. It's something that we just going to have to really like, you know what I mean?
You got the monoclonal antibody treatment for the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is still in my, I can't get vaccinated because I got that.
Okay.
But you have to wait 6
You
months?
don't want to take the vaccine, which has had numerous clinical trials to prove that it's effective, Let's take the monoclonal antibodies, which have not had those numerous clinical trials.
False. I didn't take the vaccine because I didn't have time off. Just in case I needed to recuperate or something. Anything. That's why I take the vaccine.
Okay.
When I got sick, I got the monoclonal, and then that stopped me from getting the vaccine till I'm able. Okay. I'm not anti-vaccine. I was never anti-vax. Right. I was saying happened so fast.
What's the wait period for that? I'm just curious. I didn't realize there was.
Yeah, it's
Is it a year?
It's like I think like around the 15th I can go ahead and get it again. Like 3 months or something like that.
That was only 3 months ago?
Yeah.
I thought it was earlier.
No, around the 15th I can go ahead and get the vaccine around there. Well, I'm going to get it around the 15th. But anyways, I didn't do good with timing and all that when I got it out. But anyways, my whole point is, going back to you, I was one of those skeptical about the vaccine because it happened so fast. I just wanted time to see. That's my personal. If you don't agree with that, fine. But that's how I felt about it.
Well,
I was never against
it. How fast has the vaccine been?
How
fast has the vaccine been? Like, how much time have they had?
The big news about it started in March, and by December they had it ready.
Okay. March was 2020.
Well, December of that year.
December.
Yeah, we've been on a full over a full year now of the vaccine.
Now, my understanding of it is also that due to the fact that it is a SARS virus, a lot of research has already gone into finding out what should work for this virus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's an entirely new thing. It's just a new strain of an old virus. SARS having been around for a very long time. When was that, South Park?
I mean, SARS is, I want to say like 2007, 2008 probably.
So, like, I feel like it's not nearly as new as people want to think it is.
But I mean, that's how you feel, though.
It's a lot. Like
you can't go to how people feel.
The idea that it is a SARS virus.
There are a lot of factors going into it.
It's more than it's not.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. There are a lot of people who are resistant to any vaccinations.
It's true.
And again, a lot of it's whether it's misinformation or experience.
Cardi B said her cousin's testicles swelled up. And
listen, man, we don't need any.
Cardi B.
Well, she said it.
It wasn't Cardi B.
No, it was
what was the other rapper name?
Nicki
Minaj. Nicki Minaj said it.
Listen, we don't need any more of that bloodline going, so we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of.
You can find anybody who will say it's garbage.
You can find, in this world, we can find anybody on any side that proves whatever they believe on anything.
I agree with you.
I say this: people need to do their own research and make sure the research is from as many reputable people as possible, and then make the best decision for you.
And the other people around, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was a good sign.
What's next?
We
live,
something?
Paul. We live.
I'm out.
I thought we were just freestyling.
I'll go pee.
I literally thought we were just freestyling.
We are kind of
following an outline.
I'm throwing things in when it makes sense.
Okay.
When there's a lull in conversation. All right, now that he's gone.
Guys, gonna talk about why people shit.
Sports.
White women. We should talk about AB. White women stuff.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm again not being an expert and not knowing anything about really all the stuff that's been going on. Yes, let's talk about Antonio Brown. What happened this past weekend.
Introduce so they can know.
Okay, so during the Jets game, which already not gonna start.
Tampa Bay versus Jets.
On camera, all you see is him arguing with Mike Evans and other players on the sidelines, and he takes his jersey and shoulder pads off and his helmet, takes off his shirt and his gloves, throws into the crowd, runs off to the exit, just giving out peace signs to the crowd and just leaves. There's been some confusion about what actually happened. Like I think I was hearing that like OJ Howard, the tight end, was trying to talk him into staying. Mike Evans was, you can see him on camera trying to get him to stay. He was complaining that he didn't want to go back out there. He claims he didn't want to go back there because he said he had an ankle. He didn't feel right about his ankle. He didn't want to go back out there because of his ankle. He didn't want to get injured more. The head coach claims he had no idea about that. Right afterwards, it's a lot of misinformation. So again, I hesitate to say a whole lot about this situation specifically, only because we don't know the details.
Can I break it down just a little bit better? So from his camp, the narrative was that he didn't feel like he was 100% healthy to go back out there. Now, from Bruce Aaron and a lot of people around the program, even Tom Brady's side, Tom Brady apparently, and I get this from Skip and Shannon, apparently Tom Brady went up to AD and was like, yo, what's going on, man? And apparently he was Tom Brady number one target. Last week, Brady targeted him 15 times and he caught 10 catches. This game, he had only been targeted 5 times and he had 3 catches. And apparently he was upset because Brady was targeting Gronkowski more. Because Gronkowski had a better matchup or whatever. And he was like, I see you going back to your boy in that manner. And Brady like, come on, man, don't be like that. And apparently he said something and Brady walked away. And then that's when everything started. And they told him, okay, I'm gonna need you. Bruce Aaron said you got to go back in the game. He felt like his ankle wasn't doing too well, that he didn't want to go back in. A lot of players, were trying to get him to go back in. Then Bruce Aaron told him go back, go out, go head to the locker room or whatever. And that's when he did what he did. With the whole where it started, where he threw off his shoulder pads, and then he started walking in the locker room on the field and was doing just doing different things to the crowd. Now, I want to make sure we got these right. His sources says that he was injured. The Buck sources says that he was not getting the amount of balls that he wanted, the amount of attention on the field that he wanted. So that's what the two narratives are right there. Go.
Go what?
Go your opinion.
Oh, I don't have an opinion. I just want to have a conversation about it.
Okay.
I really don't have an opinion.
So, my opinion, and how I'm going to lead the conversation. I think both was right. I think that he was upset that he didn't get and he used maybe the ankle injury as a way to not go back in the game. I think on Bruce Aaron, because Bruce Aaron never wanted him there and Tom Brady wanted him there, Bruce Aaron was already fed up between him faking the COVID vaccine and other things that happened, that when this was the last straw and he just kicked him out of the game.
Yeah.
Tom Brady had been doing everything he can to appease him, but at the same time, it was just too much. And it's like that when we cannot sit up here and say a guy who's been playing football since he was before his brain developed, who's been getting hit before his brain developed. CT is very real in the NFL. And we can't think that somebody of AB stature doesn't have CT problems or have mental illness problems.
I mean, we had a receiver 3 weeks ago, held his doctor hostage with his family.
Really?
Yeah, I forget the receiver now. Yeah, a few weeks ago. I think he was retired. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was, or a month or 2 ago. He held his doctor hostage because he had issues.
Yeah.
With AB in particular, I think it's a strong. I think it's an issue of both the trauma that he's experienced from football. Because again, dude also plays hard.
Mm-hmm. He plays hard.
He's a little guy in a big league, and he never backed down.
Yep.
And on top of that, while still being a small guy, he had, 7 of his first 8 seasons he had 1,000 yards a year, over 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So like
he's a bona fide receiver. At one point, was the best receiver in the game.
yeah. So and I think too, like he's wherever he's gone, he's had that, that
Control.
idolization.
Yeah.
He's been the guy. So when you start slipping, or you don't get your way, and again, just especially for the Steelers. Like granted, the Steelers, Tomlin has done a good has made a concerted effort of keeping that a blue collar team for the most part, despite having some characters on there.
Yeah.
So, having a situation like that, and not getting your way when you're the best receiver in the league, or one of the top 3 still receivers, even when he started slipping, still one of the top 3 receivers in the league.
Bro, last year, it could be said that he could have won the MVP of the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Tom Brady winning it.
Yeah.
Like, he had a dominant performance in the Super Bowl. He had a dominant performance all season. He came to that team and instantly became the best receiver on a team that you had really good receivers.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
But I mean, all the things he's done, it's been, definitely a combination of how he's been handled by his team, by his personal team, and by the organizations he's been with, and the trauma, the brain trauma he's endured.
Last year, see, this is one thing I like the NFL, but this is one thing I don't. At the same time, I don't like NFL. So last year, and they made this a race, and about a race issue, and I think it was so much more than a race issue, right? So last year, it was a lineman who was out of Oregon. When he was drafted, he was the number 1 draft pick. He was a first round draft pick. When he was drafted, a lineman, a big white dude out of Oregon. He had a black girlfriend, right? He had been having mental issues, right? So he beat her up really bad, really nasty, and they made it a race issue when it was more or less it's mental illness. He was seeing shrinks. He was on medicine. He was kicked off the team because of the mental illness. And I feel like I don't know in that situation if it was manipulated by the NFL, because the NFL has a history of manipulating some of the news stories that get out there. But it seemed like that was real convenient to be about race over the fact that this dude was crazy. And he was crazy because he had been playing football since he was little, before his brain was developed. And I don't know if you guys know, offensive line, like, all we do is hit.
No. I don't know about offensive line. What's that like?
All you do on the offensive line is hit from day one. And think about this man, 21 years old, older. I don't know how old he was, but he had at least 15 years of like just put his brain in a traumatic, even before it was developed. So that's something to talk about when you look at these cases like AD. You know, when they start having these mental collapse on the sideline, like the news, they are so quick to point out other stuff than everything like the mental part of it.
Well, I would say for sure it's in the NFL's best interest to try to spin a story like that.
Yeah.
Say it has something to do with race, which that's stupid as fuck. Why would a guy who is cool with dating a black girl suddenly have an issue with race?
I understand the story. That's what it was portrayed, and I thought it was crazy. I was upset.
It's enough to get the conversation started and away from the reality.
That's what I'm saying.
Of, yes, he probably had some brain injury. He probably wasn't doing too good in the head because of the fact that he was getting smacked around most of the time. And
with this whole AB thing, they want to take about the injury of him being let's talk about the brain in football. That's why I would never let Zion play. Zion came home to me today, and Maki High School has a new head coach, and the head coach is the coach from Riverdale in Fort Myers. And he showed me an article where this coach was sued because a player died of exhaustion under his watch. The family couldn't prove that it was his fault, so they threw the lawsuit out. And I'm like, yo, that's dangerous. Like, I'm not saying that's dangerous. And this happened in 2017. 2021, he's got a job already. Yeah. Actually, 2022. Next season will be his first season. But it's just like, I think that we really have to look at the sport of football. Yes, it makes billions and billions of dollars I guess the making the money outweighs the few people that get lost. What was that? Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly was a linebacker out of what's that school Matt Ryan from, bro?
Boston College.
Boston College. Luke Kuechly was a linebacker out of Boston College. The year he came out, he was by far the best linebacker. His rookie year, he almost like led the league in tackle. The next 3 years, he led the league in tackle. Before he signed his first contract, he retired. He said it was just so mentally hard to deal with life. You know, everything like I'm talking about like on a mental level, voices and stuff like that. Like he had a real serious case of mental illness, right? And his family was well off, so he didn't need football. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You take a person like Andrew Luck, whose dad is like a senator or something. I'm not gonna say a billionaire, but a millionaire. He retired from the game because he didn't need football.
Yeah.
But a lot of these kids, man, a lot of these young black kids,
they need football.
They family need football. Yeah. They may not want to play, but they so good that their family need it. Paul, that was my whole spiel on the AB situation. Ryan even had an input on it.
You look good. He's clearly been working out. And if we could all walk off our job like that, congratulations to him.
Bro, you imagine me leaving my job, taking my work shirt off,
and just on the man on camera and shit too. Like, all right, that's a fucking statement.
Yeah,
like. If an actor were to do something like that, you'd hear about it.
I think Will Smith...
But you see this shit. Uh-huh. Like, this is live. This is like... That's a statement.
Will Smith said his daughter, at the time, I don't know if you remember, his daughter had whipped my hair back and forth, that big tongue. Yeah. He said she put that song that got so big and she had went on tour with Jay-Z, right? And he said she came to the first show, she did her thing, second show. The third show, she said, all right, Daddy, I'm done. And he said, what do you mean you're done? You got all these shows. You made a commitment to Jay-Z. You can't be done. We got all this to do. And he said, you can't be done. So she went home. They went to bed. He said he woke up the next morning, her hair was gone. Yep. He said, well, there's nothing I can do about that. It's over. She made sure of that.
Wigs don't exist.
Well, I mean, if you that passionate to cut your hair off, I'm not forcing nobody to put a wig on. Like, you pretty much passionate. You done.
It's a growing issue that I'm amazed the NFL has been able to ignore it as long as they have. I mean, just because they're too big to fail at this point.
They're too big.
I mean, just in the last few months, we've got. I think that player I was thinking of was Phillip Adams. Back in April, he went on a rampage and killed 6 people.
Okay.
And they finally did the autopsy and saw that he had severe CTE. Like, pretty fucking bad. Like, like, he's only 32 years old. Yeah, Vincent Jackson just recently died. Did the autopsy. I mean, he died of natural causes, but he drank himself to death. Yeah. Again, whether that's from the pain or just the issues he had, or maybe, I don't know if that's just something he had before coming to the NFL or going major into football. I mean, again, you have stories from years ago. You have plenty of, pretty much every player now, donates their body for study, and I think it was like 98%, 97% are coming back with CTE of varying degrees, and some very, very bad.
I mean, it is akin to wartime stress. There's a reason that those parallels are drawn. And it's the fact that the thing that you're going through is a traumatic event. Even beyond just the straightforward physical, like, got smacked in the head, don't know what the hell to do with myself. Mm-hmm. The fact that there is a fair amount of these people who get smacked in the head hard enough, they don't come back. Yeah. Some of them, they die right there on the field. Some of them get fucked up enough, they die later. Some of them get fucked up enough, where they just.
And you know what's crazy is all I know is football. That's all I'm like. Coming up, how I came up, football was everything. Right? You played it, you watched it, you loved it. But this weekend when I was watching the Cowboys, and it just ain't this weekend, I'm just giving an example. When I was watching the Cowboys play, and every time I see Zeke or a player get hit, I just cringe. It's becoming cringe for me now. It's becoming real cringe for me now.
Yeah. Sticks.
I got unlimited time today, player. You don't know.
I don't.
I don't really.
Yeah, you don't
I
either.
gotta get my shirt. Call me. I gotta go out there pretty soon.
Right in the-
So,
I don't even know what that means.
all right,
I gotta get a bucket and a mop. So.
all right, Lacey. So, since
Nancy's great. Off the yep.
oh yeah, I'll stop recording. Click.
Oh, lick. Bitter.
Show's over. Goodbye.
All right. Since speaking of shows, since you were here last week, we did a recap of 2021. So we're not gonna go through redo the whole hour and a half episode we did. But 2021, what was your favorite movie that came out last year?
I didn't want to taste it.
Why did you?
I didn't want to taste it.
I did that for you.
Tastes like a biscuit,
Years
bro.
ago at Deer's house.
Tastes like a
All right,
biscuit.
sorry. So I'm assuming your favorite movie is No Way Home.
No. That came out 2020?
2021.
2021, I
The
meant.
year we just finished.
Yep. It's going either between Mortal Kombat was really good.
It's a bold choice to call Mortal Kombat your favorite movie.
One of them. I'm trying to figure out right now. Like I don't want to just say No Way Home because that was the last one I seen.
So, did you like Suicide Squad?
That's where I was gonna go next.
All right.
I like the Suicide Squad. I thought Matrix was all right for what they had to work with. I thought it was all right. I'm excited to see another one.
Interesting that you give them the caveat that what they had to work with.
Yeah.
Because what they had to work with was years of material and whatever they wanted. I just think they squandered their opportunity.
So to me, Matrix 3 ended the saga.
Yes.
So
I
it's
agree.
like, why are you bringing it back? I didn't understand.
Yes,
the
I agree.
Okay, the problem I have with this movie is that the entire thing is sarcastic.
The what?
The entire movie is sarcastic.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, so there's the entire movie tries. I'm sorry, it doesn't try. The entire movie is too meta. They keep saying things
We
that
never
are
talked
real.
about this movie
because you weren't here.
together.
Because you weren't here.
Okay.
So here's the problem with this movie. Nobody except Warner Brothers wanted to make it.
Yep.
So in that scene where they're where they're being meta and saying that, you know, it doesn't need a sequel, it's perfect, we're done, you know, we don't need this. That's real life.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers told the Wachowskis, we're making this with or without you. Do you want to be involved? Only one of them said yes, as some way to try to save some soul of it. And they didn't want to make it, so I honestly think they tanked it so that there wouldn't be a sequel. Because they didn't want to do anymore.
Did you see the screen, what's it, pitch meeting of this?
I already forgot, just like most of the movie.
Okay. So in the pitch meeting, they talk about this very thing. You've seen pitch meetings before, right, on YouTube?
Spoilers, by the way, probably.
YouTube has there's a thing called pitch meetings, in which like this one actor, is comedian or whatever, he does like the pitch meeting where like he plays the script writer / the pitcher, and he plays the studio person. So like they go back and forth, and it's like they talk about all the things, and like it's all very tongue in cheek. It's supposed to be silly and like they go, wow, why would we do that? Well, because we can. I like it.
Yeah.
Because money.
Because money. It's a good thing. Everybody loves money. But there's the one where they're talking about this movie, and it specifically is like, so what happens is this. The studio head wants to make this movie, and he basically tells the Neo that he's going to have to make the movie no matter what, regardless of whether or not he's involved. And if he doesn't like it, he's just going to have to sit aside in the corner. And then the studio head goes, are we going to have a problem here? Do we need to take this outside? Yeah, I think we do need to take this outside. Okay, let's take this outside. And then they just goof off and they say, like, they actually go outside. And like, oh, wow, it's really nice out here. But big facts there. Like, straight up vibes. It feels like them calling out the studio for being dicks about things. And, like, it's a little too on the nose.
The reason why I said the movie had potential because there were some really good parts. Like when he went back and when he came out the Matrix and Shelby, what's her name?
Who is it?
Jada Pinkett character.
Yes.
What's her name?
Her name is Niobe.
Niobe. When he came out and Niobe were like, nah, I'm not having none of that foolishness. We finally got to a part of the piece and everything. We want to try to keep it. It's parts of this movie that's really good. Like I really enjoy. I know a lot of black people were saying they didn't like the robots being Uncle Tom robots.
What? No, hold on. It's the opposite of that.
No, it was like, so y'all turned on some of the robots for the people.
The people are supposed to be the slaves, and the robots are supposed to be masters. And the ones that, so it's the opposite of Uncle Tom.
But you get it though. So I thought that was, but I like that. I liked it how, like, you know, what I had a problem with was his life, how they made him like the writer of a game and all. Like I didn't like that storyline. But when it came down to the last end part of the movie, it was pretty good. Even though I have a problem with how, what's the lady name? His wife, his girlfriend?
Oh, Tiffany.
How she just started like being like powerful like him.
Yep.
I did have a problem with that, but at the same time, you know, we in the time of like female rights and all. I get it. Well, I didn't like it, but I get it.
Well, no, they tease that in the trilogy too.
Yeah. I didn't see. Really?
You didn't watch the movies?
I didn't get that she was going to have powers.
Well, again, like the whole reason why he is able to break the cycle is because he has her.
Yeah.
If it was just him, he would have fallen just like the other ones. Because again, this is like the 9th, 10th, 12th, 15th, 20th time this has happened. This cycle has happened. And if he wasn't there, if she wasn't there, he would have fallen just like the other ones did. She gave him strength.
If they would have had the original Agent Smith, I think the Agent Smith would have been perfect. Like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, then my enemy again. Like I love that right there. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. But at the end, Neil Patrick Harris didn't do it for me. And that sucks because that's one of my favorite actors. But he just didn't do it for me. In the beginning, like I liked the character when he was trying to manipulate him, keeping everything. But when he turned out to be the bad guy, he was like, to me, it was like too Neil Patrick Harris.
The issue I had with all of that is because like the fucking special effects and everything like that, the representation of his powers was garbage. Like it was super amateurish and things like that. And it's like, you don't have to have the wildest
bullet time.
Like, but it was just bullet time again.
It was stupid.
This time it was everything else was in bullet time, but he was like super fast.
Yeah,
so, like he was choppy. He was like,
yeah.
It's like that's not impressive.
But inconsistently,
like yes, and it's stupid. And even the fucking resolution where it's like, all right, well, apparently Agent Smith has got the same speed, whatever that he has. It's like, okay, why does it matter? Does any of this matter? What is going on here?
It should just gave me the original Agent Smith.
I'm just gonna say I didn't care for it, and I'm moving on with my life.
This was a movie that I feel like it could have worked. It could have worked. I didn't. Now I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know how it worked, but some of it worked for me.
Yeah, I mean Black Widow could have worked too.
Yeah. Y'all don't like Black Widow?
I didn't like Black Widow.
Oh wow!
I thought Black Widow was fine in and of itself, but I think that the way that they chose to do any of this stuff, especially the ending, I was fine with the ending as it being like an ending to a movie where it's like, if that movie stood alone and had nothing to do with the rest of the Marvel Universe, it was fine. However, knowing that she has this red in her ledger that she can never get rid of and everything like that, the very neat and tidy way that she got rid of Taskmaster / Ivan Dragov's daughter, whatever was his name.
I don't remember any names. Doesn't matter.
The guy's daughter, where it's just like, okay, they did the thing and like, okay, she's better now. It was too neat. It should have been the red on her ledger that she never could have gotten rid of.
Yeah.
It should have been like they did the Black Widow thing, and she wasn't better.
I'll just say this: this year there are very few
Same energy.
Very few movies this year I hated. I just didn't care for the movie. I think it was underwhelming. It wasn't a bad movie. It just, for it being the goodbye to one of the original Avengers, it was weak sauce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to your original question. I think Suicide Squad might be my favorite movie that came out this year.
I can't remember what my answer was. But yeah, I mean, we bounced around between basically the same 2 or 3 movies.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. Malcolm X. Malcolm X got dog.
X will give it to you.
What's this? Get over here.
Mortal
Kombat. I'm thinking about Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat. I really love Mortal Kombat, man. I really did love Mortal Kombat.
Right. Least favorite, because I know you hate the word worst, but the one you like the least this year, or the one that, again, just that you can think of, just kind of throw it out there.
So, it's hard for me to go with the worst movie because I believe that people.
I said the one you like the least. I said that wording specifically for you.
I got you. I'm
know
trying
how
to
you
set that up. I'm trying to set that up in a way. I'm trying to talk while I think.
You were talking outside of your neck, I know.
Because, like, when I say least, when you say this is my least favorite, it's still a good movie, though.
That's why the word favorite's there.
It was not the worst. It was your least favorite.
I know, D, because you're a waffler. I know.
I think I'm going to go with...
Big old blue one.
I think I'm going to go with... It's a tie. It's a tie, but I'm going to have to go with... Marvel's... You know what? I love Shang-Chi. And I ain't put that apart of this. Shang-Chi up there with... that's the top 3 movie for me this year. Shang-Chi. Dang, it might be even number 2. It might even be better than Mortal Kombat. But what's what it called? Marvel's
Eternals.
Here, if it helps, I'll tell you mine.
I like the Eternals, but out of all the movies that came out this year that I can remember, that was the least.
Well, I'll tell you mine. Maybe it'll jog your memory. Space Jam: A New Legacy.
It was alright. I liked the Space Jam. I thought it was fun.
More than Eternals?
I thought it was fun.
All right, man.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun way of doing an old classic movie. Remember, I said that. I said it in the and when we did the review. It was fun. I thought it was fun.
Bro, I try to forget this shit.
For me, it goes back to what Spider-Man, the nostalgia.
All right.
I was a big Looney Tunes fan.
So your final answer is Eternals?
But it's not a bad movie. I don't want that.
It's fine. Again,
your least favorite.
My least favorite and the worst is Matrix Resurrections. I'm sorry. It was so on the nose, trying to beat you over the head with every fucking symbolism that it had. It was not good. I'm fine with Space Jam as it was. I didn't ever expect it to be particularly good. And Eternals was fine. I enjoyed Eternals.
The only reason why Eternals beat Matrix out is when that thing came up and the earth didn't crack. that bothered me. Okay. Paul, you know how much that bothered me, bro.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That just didn't make any sense to me.
I respect that. Morpheus, not Morpheus, Neo and Trinity just hanging in the air. They're just well, we've got powers. But I don't know what your powers are. I don't know what my powers are. What are your powers? Are your powers? Can we float? Are you floating? Am I floating? What's going on? Oh my god, this is so weird.
Yeah, but that wasn't earth changing though.
I mean, that was
that's the problem. It should have been earth changing.
It
was just lazy. It was well, we've got these powers, and all right, what are we gonna do about it? I don't know. What do you want to do about it? Well, maybe we can do this.
I mean, the entire dialogue was, "I'm not doing this."
Yes,
that was the entire dialogue. But
I don't know how.
I'm not doing this. Are you doing this?
All right, now you're doing Point Break.
Well, they all blend together.
But nah, like I tell you, here is Eternals. Here's Matrix. When it comes down to my least favorite movie,
Moss is in Point Break.
And I think my bottom 2 or 3 was Space Jam.
I feel like I'm missing one.
Spider-Man, Matrix, and Let There Be Carnage.
I like to let there be carnage.
Let There Be Carnage was fine.
It was fine. It
It was
wasn't.
certainly disappointing, but it was fine.
It's middle of the road, but
I
it's
will
not.
move on.
It's not at the bottom.
Streaming. TV, streaming, series, non-movies. What's your favorite? Some examples. I don't know what you've seen. Again, we got the Disney Plus stuff, so we got WandaVision, Captain Falcon, Loki, Hawkeye, What If,
Even.
Invincible,
Dead even.
Bebop, Witcher, Arcane, Squid Game, Inside, some different animes.
So
Then give me 2D. I know you hate to make
I
decisions. Just give me
can't, bro.
2.
I'm just gonna say this:
Oh my God.
Marvel stuff, Marvel streaming stuff.
All of them. Even What If.
I love the What If.
As much as Loki.
I loved what, bro. Evil Doctor Strange.
I'm asking you one question,
Okay.
D.
But I think you're
Did
focused
you-
on Evil Doctor Strange.
D, I want you to
You
focus.
also need to include
D, I want you to
everything
focus.
else.
Did you like What If as much as Loki?
Man,
Oh, boy.
seeing T'Challa. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know. It's so
Fine,
hard.
fine.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Fine.
It's hard, man. Between
Fine.
All right,
You're-
I'm gonna go with Black
I
America.
You're a
understand-
Marvel
I understand.
fan.
I'm
Fine.
gonna go with Black
What I'm
America.
saying, D. What if was your favorite series in the universe?
I'm gonna go with Black
Fine,
America.
you're a Marvel stan.
I'm gonna go with Black America and the Winter Soldier.
All right, fair enough.
Now, least favorite.
Where's most favorite?
Favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, least favorite. Out of all the things that you gave a 10 this year, which one do you like the least?
Flash. They did
Bro,
horrible.
dead ass. I forgot the CW stuff. I didn't even. I still have a reminder on my TV for it to come on because every time we're recording, it pops up. I just want to turn this shit off. I just always forget
Flash.
about it. Like, bro, I was watching. I was looking at an article today of like the DC shows coming this year, and I'm like trash.
Flash
trash.
was my least favorite. And I'm even gonna say Flash was bad. It was bad.
Bro, I'm surprised.
It was bad.
I found out today they're still doing episodes of Legends of Tomorrow. I thought that shit was over.
Yeah, I stopped watching it tomorrow.
They
Like
got-
the first season.
They got the season coming back. They're bringing back Flash, Batwoman, a new show called Naomi. It's a Brian Michael Bendis graphic novel.
I didn't even.
Um,
I'm gonna watch
season
that
3
one.
for Harley Quinn's coming out this year. They're still doing Titans. They're still doing.
I look forward to season really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
that
what?
was good.
Titans, I enjoyed the live action version. That was pretty good. That season was pretty good.
I like Alan Rickson. Hawk.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Richard.
Well, they killed him. Oh, sorry.
Did they?
Spoiler.
Well, you see me. You talked about it already.
No, I didn't see that one. I talked about Red Hood.
It didn't die.
So, Alan Rickson is Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, did he die?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said too much.
Okay, well, whatever.
Well, they blew him up.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I guess you need to do the Jack Reacher.
But then they did an episode of that. They did an episode where they went to heaven and got Wonder Girl,
Whatever.
and he was there, and he didn't make it back.
It don't
She came back, but she
It
didn't.
don't fucking matter.
It was good.
All right, that's fine. I ain't here to tell you now.
Sorry, I apologize,
I'm
man. I did not know that was a
I'm
spoiler.
going to throw out my least favorite.
All right.
Cowboy Bebop. Hands down. My most favorite, Arcane. Like, legit, if you haven't seen this, go fucking watch Arcane. It's amazing. It is mind-bogglingly good.
Did you see the last season of Flash?
No.
That's probably why y'all saying that. See, if y'all was saying,
Alright.
y'all seen it, y'all was
Well, but
saying
we're
it.
talking about for 2020. 2021.
Yeah, Flash came out this season.
Okay.
Well, and again, that's what I'm saying.
So
Just
you have seen that,
and listen,
yes?
listen. But
What?
here's
You have
Right,
seen
right.
that, yes?
Like I said, and here's the thing, and that's why again because there's so much things to watch. Just like again, like our top ones, again, like he liked Arcane. You didn't even see Arcane.
Mm-mm.
You didn't see Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai just hit on the 31st. That came out after we did our year-end episode.
And then I had a lot of shows that came out last year that I watched this year.
I would like to throw another category in, if I may. And you may all ignore it, but I'm going to say... Not so much meh, but middle of the road.
Okay.
It was very good, it was enjoyable, but ultimately did not impress me, did not disappoint me. I'm going to go with Doom Patrol.
That's a very middle road. I will.
It wasn't bad, by any means. It wasn't phenomenal or great. It was good. It's fine. Yeah,
I'll do a tie for Doom Patrol and Young Justice.
fair enough. Yeah, I think Same category anyways. Like,
Yeah, they were both just there. Like, they felt like the last 2 episodes finally had progression in the characters.
yeah.
Y'all gonna hate me when I say this.
So,
Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's fine.
what's that?
It was.
No,
very,
yes, I agree.
it was
I agree.
very
Like,
well.
man. Like,
But it was. I think. But again, it wasn't meant to be a game changer. It was meant to be just a fun series.
Okay.
That's why it was just. That's why it was mostly relying on the comedy
Okay.
more than anything. It was just like we have Hawkeye, which is one of the most ridiculous characters to be a superhero, and we have somebody who
robots,
idolizes
and
him, which is
I've got
even
a
more
bow.
ridiculous.
Yep.
And that we're just fuck it. Let's just make it Die Hard. Fuck it. Let's do this. Fucking just do that.
We're fighting robots, and I have a bow and arrow. They're fighting robots, and he has a bow and arrow?
I thought the tracksuit squad was pretty cool.
Hey, bro. I do that. I'll work for weeks.
Best tracksuits.
Hey, bro.
Best
Hey, bro.
tracksuits. Run DMC. Yeah. Iconic tracksuits. Like, what about what was Royal Tenenbaums? Yes. Great tracksuits. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
But the whole
Bishop.
plot.
I took
Like-
my girlfriend. I need a girlfriend. I need a girl's perspective. I bought my girlfriend tickets to Imagine Dragons. She's mad at me. Why?
They did that there. They were like, "Ah, we've got that with her.
Compromise.
We
We
compromise.
see you Maroon 5. Thank you for your help.
Kate Bishop, bro. Kate Bishop, bro.
Bro. Kate Bishop is guy. Kate Bishop is another guy.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop is guy, bro.
I'll say the best. That last episode saves because like it wasn't very mediocre. The last episode was
When she fought the
hilarious.
Kingpin.
No. When they're letting loose on all these ridiculous arrows.
Yeah. Well, that whole last episode was really. I enjoyed the last episode.
The episode was solid. You have the LARPers. You have them going on.
Yeah. The LARPers came out. Oh man, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
Kingpin, when she fought the Kingpin, I thought that was pretty cool.
Listen, man. I was very happy that within the same week we have visual confirmation on Kingpin and Daredevil.
Yeah.
Thanks. Praise the Lord to pass the ammunition.
So good.
I'm a very good lawyer.
But overall, the series, man. It was.
It's especially compared to the other stuff.
Middle of the road. It's
I
supposed to be in the
Personally, I enjoyed it more than What If.
Yeah.
I did not care for What If.
How did y'all not enjoy What If?
I enjoy. Here's the thing.
I want you to take a step back. Think of that series and get rid of the Doctor Strange episode.
Okay, you still had the episode with T'Challa. You had the episode with Tony Stark when your boy tricked him when Killmonger. But it was so much good about that series.
I would say there were various good things about it, and if you did not tie them all together, they definitely were inferior. What I would say for sure is
enjoyed
that
it.
Doctor Strange Supreme puts it over the top.
No, he was the best part about the series, but it was other stuff good about.
I think there were good
ideas.
ideas. I didn't care for the execution.
I enjoyed Party 4.
Party Thor was amazing.
He's fine. He's
You
wonderful.
feel what I'm saying? But you keep on coming to my defense.
No, but here's the thing. I enjoyed those things.
Thanos.
Oh, that was my
Thanos. Reform Thanos. Come
Party
on, bro.
Thor. Party Thor was probably my least favorite episode.
Reform Thanos. See, I had this
Star-Lord
idea.
T'Challa was probably one of the better
God.
episodes where it's like, all right,
Yeah.
I like that, right? What really makes a man? Like, at that point, it's like, all right, he's already been brought up to be a king,
Yeah.
to be a leader of men, to be a leader of those around him, to recognize crises and solutions and how to do this. How does he fit in the grander scale? And don't get me wrong, there are some conceits made in my eyes. Like, it's like, all right, realistically, in the galactic scale, it wouldn't just be like, all right, how does an Earth ruler accomplish these tasks? But at the same time, he basically has politics down to a T. So,
Listen, I understand T'Challa / Chadwick Boseman is a charisma infinity well,
Mhm.
but he is not talking the Mad Titan off the ledge. Sorry, bro. And then you made him you made him a simp. You made him a fucking joke the entire time. That was too far.
It's good.
And then again, nothing makes sense because they have why do they have all the Avengers weapons?
well, that's a whole other story.
Doesn't make sense.
I
That's a
ain't
story
gonna
for
go
another
to
day.
I ain't gonna go that
I'm
minute
good.
in it though.
What?
I mean, I'm not going to go that minute.
It was a
in
major
it.
part of the end.
Yeah.
They're using that shit to win the fight.
Well, they had all the weapons because they was all dead, and what you call it was collecting them.
Who's dead?
But they had Mjolnir. They had.
Remember from her Earth,
he had a necro sword. First off, which was Hela's weapon, which Hela was like banished at that point.
who Blackish on?
They just wanted to have Easter eggs in there. That's all it was. And I get that, but... And again, we're obviously dealing in a different universe, so maybe something else happened where they all died, but...
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Right now, I mean, Loki's in front of it. Captain American went to Captain Falcon with the Soldier. Just that storyline was so good. You know how then that girl, what's her name? She was my favorite, bro.
Wow.
I think for me, all three of those kept escalating. Like, I loved WandaVision, then I really loved Captain Falcon, and then I really loved Loki. Loki is my favorite of all five of them.
I'm gonna be honest. If what you call it didn't come out, Hawkeye didn't come out, I would have put WandaVision as my man.
Really?
I mean, it was all right. It got better as the season went on.
Interesting. Don't get me wrong. The first 2 to 3
The
episodes.
last episode was amazing.
Man.
That last
But
episode was
everything after
amazing.
that, like there was a very dull beginning. That being said, the things that it addressed and the way that it did it and the themes. What is love? What is grief if not love persevering? Like, that's amazing, right? Like, and then them dealing with that thought process
I mean,
for these super fucking humans.
you can say the same thing about when you got quotes in all of these shows. Captain Falcon, he has a lot of quotes in there.
Jupiter, probably his best one.
So I mean,
For my opinion.
yeah.
What do you got?
I just think, honestly, it can go back and forth between Loki and Captain America. It really can go back and forth. Loki was tremendous.
Loki was wonderful. Loki had a lot of good stuff.
It
opened a lot of things, but I was not attached to Loki the way I was a lot of these other shows.
I thought Loki was tremendous.
All right.
Think about this: a man who can only love himself. He can only fall in love with
What is
himself.
masturbation if not love for yourself persevering?
What is self-love if not the female version of you?
I suppose so.
And then at the end, the one who remained was really dope.
He who remains.
He who remains. That was really dope.
I cannot wait for Jonathan Majors to
So,
do his Jonathan Majors thing.
now, here's the deal.
I cannot wait for Jonathan Majors to not be Jonathan Minor.
The best show that I've seen this year, that's a whole nother story.
Did you watch Arcane?
No.
Okay, one show off.
But I seen what you call it this year. Jonathan Majors show with the what is his name?
Lovecraft Country?
Yeah, I just seen that this
Was
year.
this year?
No, I said I just seen it this year.
Oh, okay.
But I seen this year. Caveat, seen.
Phenomena?
Bro, that scene right there was so powerful, bro.
Michael K. Williams and fucking... Wow!
Bro, Michael K. Williams. R.I.P. to a legend.
Yeah.
Pour it out for a real one.
Uh-huh.
Just to backtrack a second, I didn't say it earlier, but when we were talking about our favorite series, I think what I put just to be different from him was I think I said Invincible.
That came out this year?
Yep.
Came out in May.
Really?
This was a pretty heavy year.
That's why I said I want to do
Stacked
that. Because, like, I ain't gonna lie, Invincible is not in the part of that top 5.
I can't tell you how much I love Arcane.
And then what you call it came out this year
I
then, too.
cannot tell you how much I love Arcane.
Um,
Invincible is fantastic. I love fucking Invincible.
The other one.
It saddens me that I kind of put Invincible on the back burner because, like, I loved Invincible.
I forgot about it.
I did too.
What's
I certainly forgot that it came out this year.
the other superhero show off of Amazon? God, The
Boys
Boys.
it wasn't this year.
It wasn't this year?
No,
Okay.
we're waiting on that.
Yeah.
So they went a whole year by not putting out a show?
Well, I mean, COVID.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, a lot
Jeff Bezos.
a lot of the things that came out this year. A lot of things that came out this year.
He's in space. He don't give a shit.
You better give me my money.
Listen, bro. Only a few months ago, people were able to go back and forth freely to Canada.
That's true.
That's what they do all the filming.
That's true.
So, this year was very dense because like a third of the things or half the things came out this year should have come out last year. Last year was a goddamn wasteland. This year we got all the extra stuff. That's why there were 4 Marvel movies. I think there were originally well, there were going to be 4, but 2 of them got pushed back, so the 2 of them more got pushed back the next year, and they keep getting pushed back. So,
Wow.
Yeah, we were supposed to have Doctor Strange back in February.
Yeah. Even Spider-Man got pushed back.
Oh yeah, everything got pushed back. Yeah. So I mean, it's
the one. I mean, that Marvel Widow got pushed back bad.
Yeah, and it got the had the problem of being that. But let's go to episode. We're almost 2 hours now.
Yeah, sure.
All right, fellas, it's been good to start the beginning of the year.
Yep.
It was.
2 Dudes and the Dark. I wanted to make a joke about that,
I don't know,
but I didn't have a joke.
fair enough.
Still hugging black people, huh? Still, I got
He's
My
pra-
friend,
he's-
damn it!
he's
You look
practicing.
so huggable.
He's
in
practicing.
This
practicing.
whole thing. All right, hold on. So huggable.
he said, "You practicing?"
I don't need practice. Like she. It's
told
good,
you.
man. It's good.
Told you. You all think black women.
This aquamarine thing. I'm just gonna go dabs. Yeah, but he got look at this thing. This whole
I'm a strike.
ladies.
Stripe
This man's
lover.
got a stripe polo on,
That's right.
looking good,
Looking fresh for picture day.
fresh than a
Yes, sir.
motherfucker.
Yes, sir. Looking like I ate all my
It's
lunch.
at least eighth grade.
Looking like I ate all my lunch today.
I'm proud of you. I'm glad you ate all your lunch.
Who was
I've been P Breezy.
I've
Be
been
easy.
I've been-
Stripe lover.
The Stripe Slim.
a stripe
Stripe
lover. Some
Stripe
stripes.
lover. Girl. And you are.
I am Ryan Beyond Live.
What
White
was you
chocolate.
drinking? White chocolate. What was you drinking?
Various things, actually. Most recently, I just poured some tequila and triple sec in a cup, and I splashed it off with Owens Paloma, basically. It's grapefruit and lime. It was good. It's delicious. Loved it.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Paul, what was you drinking?
Samuel Adams. Cold Snap.
It's my beer. Samuel Jackson. It's my beer. Chappelle is genius.
That's just the way I talk.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
And I have been drinking Zephyr Hill, the 1964 Zephyr Hill. That's the year.
Drink local, guys. Drink local.
Retro around and retro off.